Good morning everyone. Hope you have done your tests well, and now it's time to begin with new chapter. So today we are going to start with geometry, and the chapter that we are going to take up is lines and angles. Hope you have done this chapter earlier also, so you have some idea about lines and angles. Let's have a recap of the concepts which you already have learnt in previous classes. Look at a screen, you will see some objects here, right, which are in different shapes. But if you look at from the point of geometry, what do you observe here? Since you are studying the chapter lines and angles, do you see any lines and angles here? Yes, the edges are forming lines, and in between the edges you are getting the angles. Same way in clock, you have lines, and in between the two hands you have angles in between the hands of the clock. So in shapes we have angles in between the lines, and where the two lines are meeting we have points. Now there is a line A and there is another line B, and you can see that line A and line B are intersecting each other. So whenever lines intersect, we have angles in between. Now look at the types of angles. You know about acute angle which is less than 90, right angle is equal to 90 degree, obtuse angle which is more than 90 degree, straight angle where two arms are in a straight line which is equal to 180 degree. So whenever the hands of the clock move, we have angles in between, and they are different kind of angles. Now here the two arms have this angle which is more than 180 degree. So whenever we have an angle which is more than 180 degree but less than 360 degree, we call it a reflex angle. Now look at these angles. Here the angles are given in pairs. So we have angle A and B in each case, and you can see the lines, the arms have the angles have one arm in common, and that is shown by green colors here. So here the two angles which have a common arm and a common vertex are called adjacent angles. Adjacent means neighboring angles. So whenever we have two angles having a common arm and a common vertex, they are called adjacent angles. Now if sum of two angles is 90 degree, then they are called complementary angles, and if sum of two angles is 180 degree, they are called supplementary angles. And if the two angles which are supplementary as well as adjacent angles, then the sum is 180 as well as they are adjacent, so they will be called a linear pair. So supplementary angles can be any two angles whose sum is 180, but linear pair are those which are on a straight line and the sum is 180. What about if there are many angles on a straight line? Are they still supplementary angles? Think of it. The answer is no. They will not be called supplementary angles, because supplementary angles are only two angles and here there are many angles, so they will be called angles on a straight line. So whenever there are more than two angles on a straight line, they will be called angles on a straight line. Now look at these pictures. The two lines are intersecting. So So vertically opposite angles are formed. The angles opposite to each other, which are equal, you already know this. So they are called vertically opposite angles and they are equal. Now can we prove that the vertically opposite angles are equal? So here also we can name the angles as it is named here, A, B, C, D. Now A plus B is how much? It is 180. B plus C is how much? It is also 180 degree. Now we can equate the two equations. So A plus B will be equal to B plus C. We can equate the left hand side. So A plus B equal to B plus C. Now here B on the two sides can get cancelled. So we'll be left with angle A equal to angle C. Hence we can say that the vertically opposite angles are equal. Same way we can say angle B equal to angle D. Hence vertically opposite angles are equal, we have proved. So we now know about adjacent angles, vertically opposite angles and various types of angles. Now what when the two lines do not intersect? So here in case 1 the two lines do not intersect, but if you produce them they will intersect. So intersecting lines are not only those which are intersecting, seen intersecting. If they are produced and intersect, they will also be called intersecting lines. But in case 2, will the two lines intersect, ever intersect? No, they will not, because the distance in between the two lines is constant, as you can see in the example of railway track. The two tracks never meet, so they are called parallel tracks. So when two lines intersect, they are called intersecting lines. When two lines never intersect, they are called parallel lines. What if we have three lines intersecting? So look at the cases possible. So here there are three cases shown in the figure. In first case, the two lines are intersecting in pairs, and in third case, the three lines are intersecting at a single point. They are called concurrent lines. Now in a pizza also, if you divide the pizza in pieces, you will find vertically opposite angles in between the lines where you are cutting the pizza. Now here you can see two lines intersected by a third line, so it is called a transversal, and the angles which lie on the outer side are called exterior angles as shown in the figure, and the angles which are formed inside the lines, inside the two lines L and M, are called interior angles. So you can see carefully which ones are exterior angles and which ones are interior angles. Now the angles which lie in the same position are called corresponding angles, and the angles which are inside, which are interior angles and opposite of transversal, are called alternate interior angles, and the angles which lie on the same side and are interior angles are called co-interior angle. Now, do you know the properties of these angles, these pair of angles? Look at the picture here and look at the bars of the window. Are they parallel? So you can see some bars are parallel and some bars are intersecting the parallel bars. So the bars which are parallel are intersected by a transversal bar. So the line which is intersecting the parallel lines is called a transversal. So here you can see angle A equal to angle C, angle B equal to angle F, angle B equal to angle H, and angle C equal to angle G. So when a transversal cuts two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. So these are shown here, pairs of corresponding angles. That means the angles which lie in the same position. Now let us see the alternate angles. So here you can see the highlighted ones are alternate angles. So you can make your own diagram and you can write pairs of corresponding angles, alternate angles, co-interior angles, vertically opposite angles to understand their position. Here in the picture, in the diagram, you can find different pairs of angles. So corresponding angles are equal. These pairs are equal, which I am going to name corresponding angles. They are equal to each other. Alternate interior angles, they are equal to each other. Vertically opposite angles are equal to each other, and co-interior angles are not equal to each other. Their sum is 180 degree. They are called supplementary angles. Their sum is 180 degree. And also linear pair, their sum is also 180 degree. So in the first three cases, corresponding alternate and vertically opposite angles, they are equal to each other, and co-interior and linear pair, the sum is 180 degree. So here you can see the highlighted ones, they are forming linear pair, and hence the corresponding angles are shown equal. Though you don't need to learn the proof because it will not be asked, it is not there in the syllabus, but you must know that how they are equal, how their sum is 180 degree. So this concludes that the two lines will be parallel to each other if, see, the reverse is also true. So two corresponding angles are equal, and the reverse is if two corresponding angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. So the lines are parallel, the properties of parallel lines will follow, and if the properties of lines are following, that either of these pairs are equal or co-interior angles, their sum is 180, then the lines are parallel. The reverse is also true. Now here you can see there are 3 lines given. A and B are parallel. Now what about the third line? Now there is another line which is transversal, right? So what do you conclude from this figure? Here angle I equal to angle J. This is equation 1 because of corresponding angles. Then angle I is also equal to angle K, again corresponding angles. So if you combine the equations 1 and 2, you will get angle J equal to angle K. That means line B is parallel to line C also. So if 2 lines are parallel to one line, then they are parallel to each other also. So like A is parallel to B and A is parallel to C, then B is also parallel to C.